Howdy, Mike Baker here. Gonna try for round 2 on this video, see if we can keep it to 5 or 6 minutes instead of 15. It's just an update on what we've got going on. I don't remember where I left off on the last video, so let's on this one. Alright, under the hood, found out my K&N filter that did not fit the Mustang. Fits here perfectly, so we've got that going. I finished up my plug wires, added some heat shrink or heat insulation in a couple spots so that nothing overheats too bad. I did add a low dollar Motorsports 3-bar map sensor to my vacuum block, and I already had a LS to whatever type of sensor that is harness adapter, and I've got an extension on the way so that if we decide not to use the 2-bar map sensor that I bought in the back of the manifold, I can just unplug it and plug it over here. And honestly, I'll probably use that because we might need more than 14 pounds of boost. I don't know, and I'd rather be able to safely take care of everything if it spikes or whatnot. So anyway, worked on all that stuff. That was pretty much it for the top. Everything else ready to go. With everything going, so I'm adding so many electrical things. I did look up my alternator. Thankfully, it's one of the higher amp alternators, 145 amp instead of the 105 that usually comes with it. So I think we'll be okay on the electric fans and everything. But yeah, tidbit there. Most of my work today has been this, the 30-something gallon fuel tank. In total, Con has 37 gallons of fuel capacity. They're weird though, these Yukons. I don't know if it's just a 3/4 ton or if they're all this way, but they have like a 5-gallon-ish tank right above the spare tire, and that's what initially gets filled up when you're at the pump, and it transfers everything to the big tank in 2 ways. It's got a big hose for fast fill-ups, but when you're driving, as the fuel level drops, it has its own separate fuel pump to slowly transfer things in. You know, I wonder if it's like I heard that the Corvettes have like saddle fuel tanks, like half on one side, half on the other, and they've got a transfer pump for the main pump. I don't know, but it's something like that. So I took this out last night. I was up till 2:30 in the morning working on it, stressing because you can't buy fittings anywhere local. Nobody's open for this kind of stuff, and I didn't have what I needed, so I've been stressing. So I sloppy mechanicked it and finished it up. Got it mostly buttoned up back here. I'm not going to take it apart, but I pulled the fuel pump out. It has a plastic basket carrying case that held the factory fuel pump and a fuel filter and some emissions lines, things like that. And so I just gutted all of it, and that didn't actually help me, but I ended up running, this is the output to the engine right here, the small one. It's a 3/8 line, give or take, and I have this connected to 2 aftermarket E85 friendly high capacity pumps that put me at 640 liters an hour, give or take, something like that. It's like 2.5, almost 3 gallons a minute at such and such PSI. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot more than we'll need. Anyway, so it's just freestanding back here. It's right behind this notch, laying in the floor. There's the 2 fuel pumps, the socks going off the sides like wings, and then one of my MagnaFuel 4303 pump filters in a 25 micron size, all necked down to 6 AN to work with the factory stuff. So it's blah 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 blah, winds around, comes here or here. I didn't have an electrical bulkhead fitting, so I used one of my 8 AN fuel cell fittings that I have as backup and ran my 2 powers, my 2 grounds to my 2 pumps through it, chocked it full of ultra black RTV stuff, and called it good. So I don't know if it'll leak or not. We'll just have to find out. But it fits. Tank goes up in there. I've already tried that, so that'll be fine. I've got 2 relays that are going to be activated by the factory wiring, so it'll all work just like normal. And that stuff's sitting up along the frame rail. This is my return from the Schrader valve fuel regulator setup that I got from On3. I don't know if it's going to get plumbed this way or this way yet, but this is about where it's going to go. Yeah, I'm so tired. I put it originally right underneath where this thing goes, and I just had to push that over. So Hopefully that doesn't leak either. But this is an emissions line, so if I have a leak here, it's just going to ding at me. Not the end of the world, but it looks all nice and tight still. And it should all function just like factory stuff, just a lot more flow. That's about it. I've had the tank in and out a few times, and I've got most of the wiring stuff ready to go. It's been quite we're getting there. So once I get that done, I'm gonna do it tomorrow because I'm tired. It's 12:30. I'm ready to go to bed. So once I get up tomorrow and get that put in, I'll probably, before I strap it down too tight and all, I'll probably put 5 gallons of gas in it or something, and jumper the pumps to see what leaks, what doesn't. Do I have to take it back out? But I'd rather do that with before I put like 30 gallons in it and make sure it's all good to go. It should be. Everything's super tight and ready, but hot rodding, you never know. So anyway, that is the Yukon is Yuka tank, Yukon Cornelius, whatever, is about ready here. So we're getting close anyway. I've still got to do transmission lines all the way to the back for the big cooler. I'm waiting on some fittings for that. I've got to do the rear shocks. I've got to do the new trailer hitch. Got to do the exhaust stuff. Take the factory muffler out. I ended up getting one of these Varix valved mufflers in a 3.5 inch. And then I ordered a Duramax 4-inch tailpipe to fit this, because this has Ys in it and everything coming out of the muffler. It's weird. So that hopefully it'll get here in a few days and we'll get going. But I should be able to at least get the muffler in, get some things welded kind of in place, get the exhaust finished, and be able to start it up tomorrow, Monday, something like that, and then get the tuning part going, because we're in a time crunch. I need to get this tuned and get some miles on it, make sure everything's working okay. That's it. All right, round 2 is a lot better. 7.5 minutes versus 15. It's pretty good. All right, thanks everybody. Wish us luck. Good luck to all of you working on race week prep, and we'll see you later.